Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another Massive Darkness 2 expansion. This is the Rainbow Crossing set for, it's an enemy / campaign box. So this is kind of, CMON likes to do sort of like jokey, gimmicky sets with lots of their later games, but still fit perfectly within the world. So this is kind of their play on a game about heaven and hell and fighting like angels and demons. We're gonna fight some big fluffy teddy bears, which is like supposed to be like Care Bears, and then like there's some Punycorns, which are like the My Little Ponies, and then some Cupids, which are like baby angels. So yeah, kind of like a little jokey flavor to it, but they're definitely all work and fit in the flavor just as fine. So what's cool about this is you might look at this like, oh, it's kind of like weird, gimmicky, or it's all cute. I don't want. There's actually a lot of really neat concepts in here, and additions that might make you want to pick up this set anyhow. So what we're gonna get in there is we're going to get some more item cards. We're gonna get some new mobs and leaders, plus a new boss to play against. Plus these fluffy aura cards and some new map tiles. As well as this also adds on to the campaign mode from Heavenfall. So all the quests in here can be played by themselves independently if you choose. Or you can actually play all of them in a campaign structure. Which, with the campaign structure, basically what those do is you're playing through all four quests one after the other, but your loot and stuff, your loot and your levels all increase after each one. So although the game will get a little bit harder, it gets harder because of the campaign. As you watch the Heavenfall video, is you don't earn treasure as fast as you do during during the regular game, and so you're not gaining levels as quickly. And getting XP as quickly as in a regular one player game. In a one player game, you'll probably hit level 5 easily on each map. This one you might only hit maybe level 2, maybe 3. In one map, you might not hit all the way up, but you can go up to level 10. So they kind of like restrict stuff. So it's gonna have a bunch of different quests. So I'm not gonna go through each one too much, but there's a spiky umbrella, super fluffy auras, rainbow drops, and bear hugs. And it does require map tiles, only from the base game, or from Heavenfall, I believe. You'll have to have Heavenfall to play it, I believe, just for the campaign mode. Yeah. So I think if you just want to play the regular one, yes, in playing campaign mode, you have to have Heavenfall, because you of course need access to the higher level mobs and items from other than just what this game has, as well as you're going to need the town and everything. But I think that if you want to play these solo, I think all 4 just use tiles from this game. Yes, so you wouldn't need any of the tiles. I don't think you need any of the other stuff. So if you just want to play them solo, you would be able to probably pick this up and just play solo. Alright, so let's hop in and look at what we got here. So, let's look at some minions first. I didn't sort these out like I should have. Sorry. Alright, so we're going to start off with our Punycorns. So these are My Little Pony-esque models. So you're going to get levels 1 through 10, so there's 6 different cards in here. So on the back, because of course they go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So we're going to get our 2 different things. We'll get our leaders here. And so this one here is our leader. Got like stitches on the side. It's kind of more of an up gallop. And we got regular mobs, or minions. Alright, so what do the Punycorns do to us? 1 treasure, 3 health, 1 blue defenses. After each move, Punycorns perform free attacks if possible. In magic defense, they get, if they roll a claw, they get 1 extra defense as well. So they're very defendable, but they also get free attacks, which is kind of fun. So then as they level up, just their health and defense will go up a little bit. And the same thing when they hit their level 5. Then if you're playing campaign and they go higher, we get to add in our green dice. More health, they have more defense dice, and level 10 is the same thing. 10 health, 4 green, or 4 blue, and 3 green defense dice. But none of the other stuff goes up any higher. So it's kind of nice. Alright, then if we look at our Cupids, which are our other set, our little baby cherubs. So we got our leader. Little crossbow, look, they still kind of like have the heart and the halo and stuff like the other, kind of like the angels do. And one of our regular ones is shooting the bow. Perfect. Just kind of set those guys off to the back there. Alright, so Cupids have 2 health, a little bit easier to beat than the Punycorns. 1 defense, but it says Cupid weapons always count as ranged in addition to its type. Attack 1 claw. After combat, move the hero 1 zone towards the closest hero, ignoring reaction damage. That's kind of fun, so it plays on a Cupid's arrow, attracting people. Plus the fact they're always ranged makes them a little bit more of a pain. Alright, so then they get 4 and 2. And 6 and 3. And then they start adding their green defense dice. And then their level 10 is 9 health, 3 of each dice, and their effect doesn't change. But still, they always get a range no matter what. Which can be really bad because some of the melee weapons can be really strong because they're not meant to be ranged. So that can make these guys very, very hard to fight. Alright. Then let's look at our mob items quick. Oh, they got stuck in there. Alright, so we're going to start off with, of course, our commons, which are our 1 to 2s. So we're going to get 2 copies of the Spiky Umbrella. So this will give you a 2-handed defense weapon, which you can pay 1 mana to deal a wound, otherwise it's a melee weapon. We have our 3 to 4s, which are our 2 copies of the Marshmallow Wand. 1-handed magical attack, you can pay 1, get +1 attack, and you pay a mana, gain 1 extra sword. We have our level 5s, which are epics. Heart bow is ranged and melee. 1 reroll, you get +2 attack. I get some orange and yellow dice. We have our... Now we get some campaign items. We have 6 and 7s. Which are also epic. Cherry bombs, attack. 1-handed attack, magical, 1 red die. Magic, after combat, roll 1 red, deal wounds to enemies. Deal wounds equal to the number of attack to each enemy in the defender's zone. That's kind of fun. So you get to attack them for 1 guy, then you also get to blow up and hit everybody else. Our 8 to 9 mob items are another epic. We have Smiley Stars. Can be equipped with a 2-handed weapon. So it's kind of fun. You can use a big 2-handed weapon, plus you get a melee and ranged weapon. I mean, not a lot of dice for it, but having a free extra item isn't bad. And then finally a level 10 item, which are now the new rarity type of Legendary. So this has a Happy Mace, which is a one-handed weapon. You can roll 3 different dice, and you get defense in both colors. It's all around a good weapon. So those are really fun. So then the other things we're going to get in here is we're going to have these auras, which we'll look at in a minute, but let's look at the boss and the board and stuff first. So with our boards, we'll zoom back out a bit here. So these are going to be listed as C. So they're, board number C, and they're letters number C, I guess, and then 1A. So you get like these very creepy, like evilly versions of them when they're in the shadows, and when they're in the light, you're in rainbows, and they're all rainbow ocean, and they're all fluffy, and then like it's like a sink, kind of light. Oh, and it's like this dark puddle. You flip it over, we have more of the river. Like candy in there, but then like, you get to the dark, they're like evil corrupted bears, which is really fun. Again, it kind of fits the whole thematic. Like here you have happy stars and angry stars, angry bears with spikes in the ocean, and then oh look, now it's a magical river, and then there's an exploded one. That little bear has an axe. I love how it's just the contrast between the two different worlds. Like when it's light and bright, it's all shiny, it looks nice and happy, and then when you get to the shadows, and of course we get a magical pot, which is where all the rainbows are flowing from. Then we have some portals that all the rainbows are going to. You just spew out into this portal room, which has these big pots, which have some game effects when you get to play in those missions. And then the last room is we have the teddy bear factory. So like evil, 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 and then as they come into the light, oh look, they're all nice and fluffy. I'm surprised they didn't make these bears as one of the types of enemies. So those are the 4 different tiles. So if you're creating your own game, having extra tiles is always fun as well. Alright, then we have our boss, which is Hug Bear. So we'll look at his miniature here, which is not very miniature, he's a big, gigantic fatty. Yeah, at glance, like, oh, it's a cuddly bear, and then he's all, like, demonic. He looks like the lock on his chest. So he has a 2-sided card. He has the one-shot side, and then he has the campaign side. Which I don't think vary too much from each other. But his one-shot side gives him 15 health, 4 blue defense, 1 black die, of course. Combat, he gains a rainbow. So you're going to get all these little rainbow tokens, which will be all of his effects. His thing on the bottom is Rainbow Buff X. Rainbow Bear deals X wounds per rainbow on Hug Bear, and he gains 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3 as he goes. And then when he rolls dice, if he rolls 0 claws, he does a bear hug, gains 1 rainbow, then moves to the furthest hero and attacks them. That hero takes 1 ice damage or frost token. He has Butt Slam. Place Hug Bear on the opposite tile in the cauldron space zone with the most rainbows. Then add 1 rainbow to each cauldron zone. In that tile, roll 1 orange dice and deal wounds equal to the sword roll to each hero on that tile. So he's going to bounce around. And then Rainbow Beam. Place Hug Bear on the rainbow zone with the most heroes in line of sight. Hug Bear gains 1 rainbow and then deals wounds to the number of rainbows on Hug Bear to each hero in the line of sight. It's just kind of fun. So he's either going to run up and hug whoever farthest away, bounce around the room to one side or the other, and either do a slam attack or shoot across the map. Then he has Campaign Zone. He just gains a lot more health. Oh, he also has his attack down there. 2, 2, and 1. But yeah, then if you play him in campaign mode, he gains a lot more. Basically because now you're going into him after have played 3 other matches. So the idea would be that you have a lot better equipment, and you've leveled up your skills a lot more versus having just played him coming right from starting out fresh. Just 40 health per hero, 5, 3, and 3 for dice. His attacks are 3, 2, 2, and 3, and he gains 1 rainbow. Otherwise, his attacks are basically the exact same, they just do a little bit more damage. But yeah, that's definitely a fun way to play this game, with the campaign regular. I wish they would made campaign versions for some of the other bosses as well. Other than just the regular, instead of just the ones that are in Heavenfall, they would have made campaign mode for all the other characters, but that's alright. Alright, so then the last thing this game has, we'll add in here, are fluffy aura cards. So if you didn't want to buy this game for the extra mobs, the extra boss, the extra map tiles, this might be maybe an incentive to push over. So the fluffy auras are kind of fun. So what they are is they are effect cards that go on your minions and mobs when they come in. So this says bright. So for example, if I drew a Cupid card, I would then slide this like that, and now I have bright Cupids, who now have this top effect up here. It says heroes attacking this mob do not roll purple. So that's his mob bonus. If you beat him, you gain the reward. You keep this card, you can discard it during an attack to be in the shadows. So it's kind of a fun thing. You can't use the shadow card, but it's a little neat way to just like upgrade every character by giving them an adjective. So you're going to get 2 copies of each of these. So we're going to get Bright, we're going to have Brainy, which will be defense. Reroll all blank results on the defense dice, and your reward is the hero who killed this mob immediately gains 2 XP. Witty, combat +1 Shadow Claw, and reward, you keep this card, you may discard it during your turn to gain 1 action. Adorable, attack defending heroes cannot perform defense abilities, and reward, the hero who killed this mob immediately heals 2. Speedy, when activating this mob has +1 action, and reward, hero immediately gains 3 XP. Frosty, defender takes +1 or takes 1 frost token, and reward, add 1 frost to any 1 enemy in the dungeon. Spicy, defender takes 1 fire token, and add 2 fire tokens to any 1 enemy in the dungeon. Lucky, spawn this mob with an item of 1 tier higher if possible, and reward, get 1 treasure token. Bulky, each miniature in this mob has +1 health. You keep this card, you may discard it to gain +1 recover action. Hefty, defense +1 defense, and you can keep it to gain +1 move action. Charming, +2 swords, and hero kill this mob immediately gains 2 mana. Cute, +1 slash, and immediately deal 3 wounds to any 1 enemy in the dungeon. Hasty, for each move action, this mob moves 2 zones towards its target hero, and reward, each hero immediately gains 1 mana. Fluffy, roll 1 blue die for defense, and immediately deal 2 wounds to each enemy in the dungeon. Appealing, 1 orange attack dice, and you gain 1 epic treasure. Epic or rare? I'm not sure which symbol it is off the top of my head. Might be rare. Sweet, 1 yellow die. Keep this, you can discard this to gain 1 yellow die. Sunny, Mob's leader has +2 health, and you gain a treasure. Stuffed. This mob spawns with +1 minion if possible, and each hero immediately heals 1. Happy. +1 black die. Ooh, that's terrible. The hero who killed this mob immediately moves 1, ignoring reaction damage. And lovely. Defender discards 1 mana, and then reward. Hero killed this mob immediately heals 3. Now that's all the base ones, so there's quite a bit of them. There was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. What was that? 17, 18, 19. Like 19 or 20 if I miscounted of just the regular ones. Then there's a bunch of campaign ones, which are like 29 or 30 total. Sure, if I just looked in the book, it would probably tell me how many there are. I could divide it by 2. 60, so there's 30 total. There's 30 total different cards, which you know, some of them are, the ones with a little candy cane are only for the campaign, but that's really fun, because it adds just an extra little gimmick bonus to your thing. I wish now, however, they would make, like, a little expansion for having, like, these words be, like, darker words, instead of, so, like, fluffy and cuddly, they had, like, angry or menacing, and then maybe give them even harsher effects, like, kind of like a harder chord mode. That'd be kind of cool. Alright, so we have Big Bag. Attack, double the amount of wounds dealt, +1 legendary treasure. Ripped, +1 green defense, and then gain 1 epic. All of these ones are hard. You could always just maybe repurpose these, or make the exact same ones outside the set at some point. Just give them, like, darker names. When attacking this mob, heroes roll 1 less orange, and you keep this card to gain 1 red die. Quiddy, attack has +1 red, and you can keep it to use 1 green die. Shy, remove all non-blank results on the attack dice, and reward 1 treasure. Clever, when activating, this mob has +1 action. Keep this reward until the count phase, discard to pay 5 less on the blacksmith. Delightful. When attacking a mob, heroes roll 1 less yellow die. You can keep it to roll 1 extra orange. Blooming. This mob heals 2 at the start of the enemy phase, and keep it to add 2 blue dice for defense. Feisty. Reroll blank dice on the defense, and keep this until the count phase. Discard to use the Herbalist once for free. And finally, Trusty, 1 extra attack, or you gain a treasure. So that's really fun. So there's 30 different ones of these auras. Some are used only for the campaign mode. I mean, you can always, basically, the difference again between regular and campaign mode is the campaign mode, you're going to gain the harder dice, attack and defense, the higher ones. Because you gain more levels, everything's a little bit harder. Just because it also expands it though over multiple courses. So your first game, you're probably going to be weaker than you would have been in a one shot. Your second game, you might get closer. By your third game, I'd probably say you're about even to where you'd end a regular one shot, and then like 4 and 5 is where you're going to start becoming overpowered. I would say roughly, because most of the campaigns are about 5 until you get to the actual Heavenfall, which ends up being, I think, like 10 or 15 or something. But you have options. I think it's 8 total in what you play, so yeah, it gives you some options. By the time you're in the end, you're actually running like a full-blown character. So you just have a fun little extra element to that. Alright, so that is what we had for Massive Darkness 2, the Rainbow Crossing enemy box / campaign box, since that is more campaign content. So if you're just looking to add some extra stuff to your game, this might be an option. See you guys in the next video. Bye.